What's up, Joe?
Gnarly, man. What you doing?
Not a whole lot, man. Just, doing our thing here. So you got your bike out of storage?
Yeah, man. It's covered with pollen right now, of course, actually.
Yeah. How do you deal with that when it's covered with pollen? Do you wipe it off, or?
I try to go really fast and get as much pollen off as I can. And then, of course, I will have to wash the motorcycle.
Yeah.
To get it off.
Is it okay to take like a dry rag and wipe it off?
Well, a lot of people will use a cotton towel and they'll use a quick cleaner, but I try to wash mine with soap and water. That way it washes it all off. You're not just putting it on a towel.
Yeah, because I think if you get a towel and you could scratch it up.
Yeah, man.
You get those micro scratches. And
you wash it, you blow dry it with a leaf blower, then you get on it and you ride it.
Yeah, I noticed the guys in the back, they pretty much do the same thing.
Yeah, man.
They do it with a leaf blower.
You start at the top, work your way down, man, because there's nothing worse than washing your motorcycle, going down the road, and you got water coming out of your switch housing, going onto your paint, and then giving you spots on your motorcycle.
Yeah, you just don't want to wash it and leave it. That is going to have spots.
Leaf blower is the stuff, man. That is the stuff.
I used to use when I wash it, I used to use on my car. I would use a soap that had like spot free, rinse or whatever. You didn't have to dry it, which was nice. But that's hard to find out there.
Yeah, but in a motorcycle, you got water that hides in all kinds of places, man. It'll start moving around so you take off down the road.
Yeah.
So my bike was outside last night. I came out. It's covered with pollen.
Yeah.
So I'll have to clean it up and take care of it, man.
You know what? If it's bad, I use soap. If it's not bad, I just use water.
Yep.
If it's just like
you can just rinse it off and blow dry it, but see, it just depends on how long the dirt or the dust or the pollen's been sitting on it, because it'll tend to attach after a while. Then if you get like a light dew and then your bike is outside, if it gets wet, then it just helps it stick to it.
Yeah, it is. That's what's going to happen with the pollen now, is people are going to see yellow spots. And
hey, I tell you, man, today's a great day. I was on my way to work. I wanted to keep going.
Really?
Because I only drive 2 miles to get to work, man. It's like a tease.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm going to Key West in October.
In October, you're going to Key West?
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
It's going to be a nice ride.
What are you going to do down there? Just
hang out and check out all the crazy people.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy people down there. I heard, man.
Be down there during Fantasy Fest or whatever. But
okay.
Yeah, stop by. We'll go by Daytona. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I went to Sturgis in 2016. It was great. It was wonderful.
What was Sturgis like, man? I've never
Sturgis, if you ride a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, you have got to go to Sturgis at least one time. I know people that go almost every year. And I can't go every year, but great ride. It's a long distance. I ended up doing 5,000 miles in 2 weeks.
5,000 miles in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So, like, how long does it take to get out there typically?
Well, it took us 2.5 days, but it just depends on how fast you go. I mean, we were doing 750 miles a day.
750 miles a day?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
That's almost iron butt material right there.
It is, yeah. Speaking of iron butt, you know of anyone that's ever it is an iron butt that's done it?
Well, there's a few, man. But there's one of my customers, Richard Lance, and his buddy Randy Jackson. They took off from here, rode out to California, and then rode around out there, and then turned around and rode back. So they got caught in all that rain coming back down there in the lower United States.
Yeah.
Texas and across there. Yeah, man, they were drenched.
So just so everyone knows, iron butt is what, 1,000 miles in 24 hours?
I think it's at least 1,000 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah. It's.
And technically, I probably did. I did like 1,500 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Then the following day. Hold on 1 second. I have a phone call.
Sure.
Parts is Joe.
So Joe, what's the craziest thing you ever saw at Sturgis?
The craziest thing I saw at Sturgis? Well, I tell you, we wanted to go on the buffalo chip, man. They were going to charge us $65 a piece. That was kind of crazy because we weren't staying there. Sure, there's a lot of stuff that goes on at the buffalo chip that might have well been worth that $65, but we just didn't do it, man.
What's a buffalo chip?
Buffalo chip is where it's a big party campground, man. I mean, people just there's no inhibitions about anything, man. People just go crazy, well, but they're contained.
They're contained inside.
They're contained in the campground. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool, man.
Yep. Seen a lot of stuff out there, man. It was great, and it's wide open out there. You could go 50 miles or so and not have an exit off the interstate. posted speed limit is 80 miles an hour.
Really?
Yep.
How many people do you think go the posted speed limit?
Oh, everybody goes over the posted speed limit.
Just like everywhere else.
It doesn't matter where you're at.
It doesn't matter if you're in a neighborhood or if it's 80 miles an hour.
See, we wore our helmets while we were up there because there's no helmet law. But say we were staying at Spearfish Canyon and we wanted to go to the Badlands. And the Badlands was 100 miles away. So we decided we're going to do 100 miles an hour as long as we can to get there. And the cops just sat in the medians, man. And as long as you're not doing anything, terribly stupid and endangering anybody's life, then you go. We kept a safe distance, and we were just getting it. The downfall is the faster you go, the quicker your gas goes. But hey, you're really in the wind, and it was a lot of fun, man. I'd like to go back, but I'm going to go do Key West, and I think after that I'm going to go up north in the summertime.
Yeah, no, you don't want to go up there in the winter.
I went up there when I first got my bike in 2011. I went to northern Indiana and Michigan. It was the end of November. Yeah, that was a big mistake, man. It was cold. It was really cold.
My wife's from Canada, Regina. And
Yeah.
She said that she's ridden since she was 17. She said, and she's hung out with some of the local clubs up there. She said no one rides a bike in the wintertime. It just basically all that shuts down.
Well, in Canada, man, a lot of times you probably got snow. Now I've been in Milwaukee when there's snow on the ground to go to school.
Yeah.
And people had rode their motorcycles into work.
Really?
They were parked outside the factory. Yeah, man. I was like, damn. But see, it depends because depending on where you live, depends on the environment that you're used to.
That's true.
A lot of people get used to it. Say, like, if you're born in Wisconsin and you've been there all your life, well, I mean, you're no stranger to snow. You're no stranger to driving on snow.
Yeah.
But you just got, snow you can actually get traction on. It's ice that will really mess you up.
Yeah.
But they probably also have better road cleaning,
yeah,
stuff up there because it happens every year.
It does. Steve was telling me, he said up in New Hampshire, or GM, he said that... New Hampshire. He said that when they were young, when he was younger up there, he rode all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He said they would find beaters in the wintertime just to ride through the snow and the slop and all that, just to get them back to the warm season where they can ride motorcycle again, to go find some guy in the country selling
like an old farm truck.
Yeah, old farm truck or something, $500 or something, or old beater car.
Just enough to last through the winter.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, did you take your bike for a ride yet, or did you?
I rode it a little bit last night.
Did you?
I was out and about, man. There's not much going on. You're kind of limited, but I went out and had a beer and an appetizer. Then I went back home the long way.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, it was nice. It was beautiful outside. Like I said, on my way to work, man, I wanted to keep on going.
I can understand that.
It's 2 miles, man. 2 miles is too short.
Yeah, no. I come through the tunnel from over in Portsmouth, and because I live just on the other side of the tunnel, and yeah, it's a nice ride in the morning when it's nice.
Yeah, as long as there ain't no traffic, too.
So you got a 4-leaf clover here? When did you get that?
I was outside. And there's a bunch of clovers over there. I said, you know what? I bet if I look down there, I can find a 4-leaf clover. It took me a minute, and I'm halfway blind, so there's a 4-leaf clover, man.
How long ago was that?
Just this morning.
This morning?
Yeah, after I got all the pollen in my eyes. It was killing me.
I've always wanted to find a 4-leaf clover. I've tried.
And then you got all the clovers out there. And I just looked for a minute. I'm standing there, and I'm like, well, damn, there's one right there.
I really want. I've tried to find them since I was a little kid, and I've never been able to find one. So that's awesome, man.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I'm still in shock.
What, you found it?
Yeah, then I found it.
So, Joe, tell me about your bike.
I ride a 2011 Street Glide. It was a 103. I made it a 110. I've got cams, 250/40 cams in it. I have a full sack header. I've got CFR mufflers. I have increased displacement, my cylinders and pistons. I got Screaming Eagle heads. I've had a bunch of powder coating done to it. I've added lower fairings. I've added...
Joe, is there anything original that's still on the bike, man? It sounds like you did everything.
The color, Merlot Sunglow. That's about it. The seats changed. The frame's the same. I ain't never had a bad accident. But yeah, I've been riding it. In May, it'll be 9 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. So you pretty much changed everything on it.
Yep. Changed the wheels. I got the red calipers.
What you doing, man?
What you doing, buddy? You doing all right?
Killing me.
What's the most common thing you think people change on their bike?
The most common thing?
Yeah.
Well, it used to be the exhaust. People ask me if they're buying a new motorcycle, brand new, because depending on what you do, it could affect your warranty, and you pay a lot of money for warranty. You pay a lot of money for the motorcycle. I tell people, get yourself a stage 1, your fuel, your air, and your mufflers. But it also depends on, what part of the country you live in. As we all know, California is a lot more strict than what we are. But we also know that people in California still ride around with full exhaust on their motorcycles. They lane split, but they can do that there. It just depends on the part of the country you're in, man, as to how much you can do. I mean, I would imagine there are some people that, don't care, about what anybody says they can or can't do. They do it anyways.
Yeah.
But that's all a part of your freedom.
But there's a myth about the people that don't ride. They don't know about lane splitting. They think that it has something to do with the people on motorcycles just don't want to wait or whatever. Most Harleys are air cooled. There's not many liquid cooled Harleys.
You usually got to keep moving.
Yeah, if you're going to sit in traffic, then it's going to overheat if you have it on. So you're either going to go to the side of the road and cut it off and wait, or you lane split.
Strange you should mention that, because when I was coming back from Sturgis, I got to the Hampton Roads Tunnel, and there was gridlock traffic, stopped. So I'm sitting in my motorcycle, and then my motorcycle is just getting hotter and hotter. And
it's you're thinking it in your head, and it doesn't take long.
So what I did is I made my way over to the emergency lane. I got up on the right-hand side. We were on a bridge. I shut it off, and I just laid back on my motorcycle and turned the stereo on and just kept looking over there, and the people were looking at me, listening to my music, laying on my motorcycle. I knew it would only be a matter of time before I would have a state trooper come up to me.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And I did. He got out of his car and he came up to me. He goes, what seems to be the problem? I pointed to the traffic. I'm like, that's the problem right there. I said, if you're going to write me a ticket, I said, you might as well go ahead and write it, because I'm not getting out in the traffic.
Yeah.
I said, because, my insurance company will not pay for this. The state will not pay for this.
Yeah.
You will not pay for this if I get out there and my motorcycle gets ruined.
Yeah.
I said, I'd rather pay a ticket and wait for this traffic to go down. Then he goes, how about if I escort you to the next exit? I said, that will work.
That's awesome, right?
Yep. I mean, if I would have done that by myself and somebody would have seen it, I probably would have got a ticket for avoiding traffic or this, that, and the other. But no, it turned out okay. I just wanted to get home, man, because it was the last day coming back after riding all day.
So you did the right thing. You pulled over and you waited. A lot of people don't realize that.
Well, some people, my dad always told me, man, you take care of your vehicle, it will take care of you. It doesn't matter if it's a car, a motorcycle, a boat, a tractor, it just does not matter.
Yeah, that's true. You give it a little love, and it gives you a lot of love back.
Yeah, man. Yep, that is exactly right.
So did he escort you? The state trooper, did he escort you down the?
No, he just pulled ahead, and I got off at the exit, because he probably had other people to go get.
Oh, I got you. So I mean, was it doing the regular? Was it in the side lane or
it was on the emergency lane?
It was an emergency lane. Yeah.
I followed him. I followed him down there, and we got to that exit, and I got off. And actually, I was hot anyways, but I went around to a little Subway or Zeros or whatever it was. I pulled in there, shut the bike down, stayed out there for a minute. I went inside, the AC, and I don't know how much Hawaiian Punch I drank in the first 10, 15 minutes I was in there, but it was quite a bit. And then I was able to sit in there and see the traffic up on the interstate. So when it started moving pretty good, I went out there and got on my motorcycle and got back up on the interstate and didn't have to stop.
Yeah, you stayed well hydrated, which is important too. People don't realize that.
I drank a lot of Hawaiian Punch. That's just another memory of coming back from Sturgis. There's all kinds of them.
Yeah, that's. I'm looking forward to taking a long trip like that, because there's just so many great things that happen when you do a long trip. Well, Joe, I appreciate your time today, man. I know you're a busy guy.
Yeah, man, it's all good, buddy.
And I think people are going to find some of this stuff pretty interesting. So
I hope so.
Yep.
If not, they can always come up here, because I've been known to be quite a talker.
No, you're good, man. All right, buddy. You take care. I'll see you later on.
You too, man. Take care, Joe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.